Why do we see this rise of Russian information warfare right now?
Russia sees that doing tricks in the information space and spreading false information helps it to achieve its political goal, and also it works. So Russia wants to now do it in new medias like social media, on Twitter and Facebook, and to use trolls also to manipulate people.
So what's the purpose of this information warfare?
There are many purposes. One is to create chaos in the Western world, which unfortunately Mr. Putin sees as a threat to Russia. Also, for example, in the case of Sweden and Finland, it would be to keep these countries away from NATO, which is also seen as a big threat to Russia. Also, it can be to silence critical voices towards Russia, also to create confusion in societies.
Are they successful?
There are some successful operations. Of course, for example, I found out in my investigations that some Finnish people had been already silenced by pro-Russia aggressive anonymous trolls who had been threatening or name-calling these Finnish people. Also, some people had lost contact of what's true and what is not true in war of Ukraine. And also, what I think is most worrying is that some people have become propaganda spreaders themselves after they have been subjected to pro-Russia propaganda.
Without knowing it themselves?
Yeah, some people don't realize. I didn't so much investigate of the motives of these people. I just investigated how they work and or how they operate, and after what kind of information they have been getting. But yeah, people have different motivations, I believe.
So how do you recognize this propaganda?
Oh yeah, it's usually you can recognize it that it's twisting the facts very creatively. Usually, for example, in my investigations, I found out that, for example, trolls were denying Russia's activities in Ukraine, which were already at that time quite well known and also quite well proven. Also, they twist all kinds of facts into 50% propaganda and 50% real information, or even manipulate photos to become more propagandistic. But then one method is also to present true facts in new contexts. So there is in propaganda there are so many different ways.
What is a troll factory?
Yes, I went to one troll factory in St. Petersburg in Russia. In that factory there are hundreds of people working around the clock, producing social media and online fake information and commenting, which is pro-Putin. And these people get paid for like 400-500 euros per month, and they produce English and Russian language comments, always pretending to be ordinary citizens, but actually they do it behind fake profiles.
So finally, what can we do to defend ourselves against this information warfare?
Well, if the trolls are attacking you, for example, let's say on Twitter or some discussion forums or the comment sections of normal media websites, you can always block them if they're harassing you. Most important thing is to know that such phenomenon exists, and then also try to minimize its negative effects in your own behavior. For example, if some troll attacks you, then just continue what you were doing and don't let it negatively affect you.
What can we do on a society level to prevent this?
Well, we cannot actually prevent the troll factories from existing or troll postings being posted online 24/7, but best thing in democratic and open societies is to educate people that such thing exists, and in my point of view, my favorite thing is, of course, for the journalists to do investigative stories about all kinds of fake news sites and propaganda spreading networks and bots. Yeah.